Hey guys, welcome to my apartment tour, my official apartment tour of my current apartment in Vietnam. I am a digital nomad, so I'm always moving around, so this is just my temporary apartment, but it is a pretty nice apartment, so I thought I would use it to do an apartment vocabulary video. So sit back, relax, and let's learn some vocab. All right, first, when you enter the room, you have to put the key card in this slot. That turns on the electricity in the room. So when I take the key card out and I go outside and I leave the room, all the electricity shuts off. It's good for saving electricity, but it's bad if I want to leave like my laptop charging or my phone charging. It's not going to be charging when I leave the room. So this is extremely common in Asia. Almost all my apartments so far have had the key card like this. And then here are just some switches for hot water and stuff like that. And then we have a lot of light switches here for different lights in the room. And something that I like is when you turn on one the first time, it has one color. And then when you turn on the other one, it has a different color. This one's more yellow. The first one is more of a white light, but I usually like the yellow one in the nighttime because it's more like relaxing. It's not so intense. I mostly use these bags when I go to the store. Yes, this is a bag. It's all folded up in this little pouch, but it comes out and it turns into a big bag. For groceries, I usually put my fruits and vegetables from the market in there. And it's great. It's great because when I want to go to the store, I just put one of these in my bag. And then when I get to the store, I just take out the bag and then boom, I have a bag. It's like a little surprise bag that I carry in my bag. I just call this a bag. I don't really like to call it a purse, but I guess you could call it a purse, but it's just my little bag that has my wallet. This is more like actually like a change purse or a coin purse, but I just call it my wallet because this is just what I use. What else do I have in there? I have some earphones, earbuds for when I go to a restaurant and I want to like listen to a podcast or something while I'm eating. That's all I have in there. And then I have my sandals. I have 2 pairs of Tevas because I love Tevas. Teva is the name of the brand. You can see the brand Teva. Really lightweight sandals for all kinds of activities that just really stay on your feet and, they can get wet and they dry. And I love Tevas. I basically just live in those. And then this is the shoe rack, which I'm not really using. But as you can see, there are a couple pairs of slippers or slides. Sometimes we call them slides, but slippers is like the word for shoes that you wear in the house. And it's extremely common in Asia. Both my apartments in Thailand and also here in Vietnam come with multiple pairs of these slippers. They think it's absolutely essential to have the option, at least, to wear slippers inside the house so you don't have to walk barefoot. Here I just have some bags. Look, I have a Hello Kitty bag. My last host gave me this. And I have a glasses case with sunglasses in there. And here is the table and chairs. In another video, I already showed you guys my kitchen. So I'm not gonna go through all that stuff again, but here's the washing machine or the washer. I only have the washer, not the dryer. So when I wash my clothes, I have to hang them up in random places around the room. I have hangers in the closet or I'll put them in the sun. And then we have the bathroom right here with a little window. Usually I have these windows open, but for the sake of the video, I have them closed so that it's quieter. And this is the sink. I have some Q-tips. We call these Q-tips or cotton swabs. Then I have 3 toothbrushes. Yes, I live alone. It's just me. But I have 3 toothbrushes. Okay, let me explain. So these 2 are soft ones. Soft toothbrushes, which I have sensitive gums, so I need soft toothbrushes. This one's for the morning, this one's for the night. I use 2 different ones so that this one can dry while I use this one. So they have 24 hours to dry. I let my toothbrushes fully dry. And then this one's a bit harder texture, which a lot of people just use this, but I can't clean my gums. It's too aggressive, but I like to clean certain parts of my teeth with the more aggressive toothbrush. And then this is the toothpaste I'm using right now. I just got it in Thailand. And then this is my floss. I always floss every single night. I think it's very important. I try to take good care of my teeth. I also always wash my mouth out with water after I eat. This is a soap that I just bought, a bar of soap. I prefer the bar of soap to the liquid soap that you have to pump, because that comes in a plastic bottle, you have to throw it away, whatever. This is more eco-friendly. This is like kind of a natural soap, but the scent, like the smell, is green tea and moringa. So it has a very nice smell. This is some coconut oil. But yeah, just some coconut oil that I put on my face sometimes. This is just a basket of stuff that the hotel gave me. This is like an apartment hotel. So it's kind of like a hotel, but the rooms are like apartments. It's just some toothbrushes and soaps and things, probably shampoo. And I don't use this stuff. This is just what they gave me, but I just use my own stuff. So this is the sink. This is the drain. This is the faucet. Turn on the faucet, turn it off. This is the mirror. And then we have the toilet. This is how you flush the toilet. Press this down and you flush the toilet. This is the lid. The lid, you lift it up and you sit on the toilet seat. And this is a classic Asian living experience. This is the bidet. The bidet is absolutely life-changingly amazing. Basically you clean yourself with water. Sometimes they give me toilet paper, but it's really not necessary. Sometimes I use it just to dry myself. But if you've never used a bidet or you've never cleaned yourself with water when you go to the bathroom, I promise it's so much better than toilet paper. You got to think about it. If you had some poop on your face, would you wash it off with paper or water? Probably water and even soap, right? So the bare minimum of what we should be doing is washing our butt with water. We all need to install bidets because it's really essential. So this is the shower. I have some towels hanging up, drying, and it's a glass shower. And that's the shower head. Then I just have some shampoo. That's basically it. That's a rack to hang up towels, a towel rack. So that is the bathroom. It also has a door with a door handle. Here we just have a little rug. Sometimes I like to pour water and things here and it spills, so I just keep a little rug there. Here I have just a dragon fruit and a couple little plates, a little teapot that I haven't used, but it's really cute. I kind of want to use it. And some tea. Yeah, they gave me some tea. I don't know what kind it is, but it looks cute. I'm just not a tea drinker. That's why I don't use it. And then there's a fake plant, not real, and some toothpicks for picking food out of your teeth, and just a plastic straw and some little cups, maybe little teacups or something. Yes, and then just some silverware that I showed in a previous video. And then we have a classic Asian looking decoration on the wall. And then we have a light up here. We have a light bulb, another light up there, ceiling light, hanging light. This light is hanging. This one is in the ceiling. And then the floor, it's like a nice tile floor, very smooth. And then I have a little table right here, which has an electric kettle to heat up water quickly for tea. I have my water bottle, which I'm not using because I need to clean it. It's dirty, but I'm procrastinating. I'm procrastinating on cleaning the water bottle, so it's just sitting there. I have some little scissors that I always travel with. I have this little bag. When I flew to Asia on the big 15-hour flight, they gave me this little bag and it had toothbrush and a sleeping mask and, stuff for the plane. So I just kept this little bag and now I travel with it and I keep things like my scissors or some tweezers. These are tweezers. My earrings were stolen out of my bag in the airport, so I don't have many earrings, but I did buy these new ones. I have a lighter, which I have just in case you need a lighter. You never know. I don't smoke, but you never know when you'll need a lighter. And I have a chapstick. I actually bought this chapstick when I was in Capilla del Monte, a little town in Córdoba in Argentina. And it has a nice smell, taste. It's like tea tree, very minty. I love tea tree. This is a deodorant salt stick. It's just one ingredient. It's just like a natural salt stick that you can get wet and you can rub it on your armpits and it helps you not smell. It works like a natural deodorant. And then I have my B12 gummies. It's like little candy. I take a B12 supplement like once a week. So often people who eat meat are also taking a B12 supplement, but they are just doing it indirectly. Typically, the animals are supplemented with B12. So when people eat the animals, they're getting the supplement indirectly. So as a vegan, I just take my B12 supplement directly. So now we have a little shelf. We call this a shelf. I have a little garlic salt. It's just salt and garlic. It's good to travel with some salt, just so when you go to a new place, you don't have to buy salt. And also, who doesn't love garlic? And then I have an extension cable. Sometimes the outlets are too far from where I want to sit and use my phone or my laptop while it's charging. So sometimes I need to use the extension cable with the outlet. And then down here, I just have a bag where I keep my dirty clothes. And then I have this big thing that I would call a wardrobe, but you could, I guess, call it a closet. I have my backpacks. I have my clothes. We have the hangers, the clothes hangers. This is where you hang your clothes. And I have my shirts, my shorts, some socks. I have some bathing suits in there. Down here I have some pants and some jackets. I live out of these backpacks. I don't have a lot of space to put clothes, and I'm mostly in warm climates, so I don't need a lot of clothes, just some shorts and tank tops. So we close the closet door, and now we have a desk and a chair. It was over here, but I moved it so I could sit in front of the beautiful window so I can film my videos. You see I have all my equipment here, my microphone, camera case, microphone case, chargers, everything for filming videos. And look at my view of the mountains in the back. And then we just have some houses and apartment buildings. I am on the 6th floor. So the street is down there. These are just different houses or apartments or hotels. I'm in the 3rd largest city in Vietnam. So there is a lot of city over there. You just can't see it. And this big building is blocking the view. But behind this building is the beach. So I'm very close to the beach. Oh, look at this person. They're doing their laundry. They're taking the clothes out of the washer and hanging them up to dry outside. Hi, neighbor. All right, that's my beautiful view. And this is my bed with my laptop on it, because I like to use my laptop in bed or on the bed. If you're in bed, it's more like you're under the covers. But if you're on the bed, you're on top of the bed. It's not super serious, the difference. It's okay if you say, I like to use my laptop in bed. Either way, it's fine. It's not a big deal. So yeah, this, we call it like a comforter. It has different names, but usually the big thick one that goes on top of the bed is the comforter. And I have 2 pillows, and there's a nice painting on the wall. I like this painting. Also very Asian style. And I do not have a table right there. I have one right here. But if I had one right here, we would probably say that it's a nightstand. But I don't have one there, so I just use this table. I have a glass of water or a cup of water, and it's on a coaster. That is a coaster. We put the glass on there so that it doesn't leave a ring on the wood. This is my glasses case. Yes, I wear glasses. I need them for reading and using the computer. This is a case that has some ladybugs on it. Ladybugs. And these are my headphones. They are Bluetooth wireless headphones. So that's just a little table, and then this is another little table. We might call this table a coffee table. Often the table that's in the living room area, we call it a coffee table. Even though I don't drink coffee and you don't see any coffee here, but we still call it a coffee table. And I have a hair elastic, I have my comb, another glass and coaster, some more headphones, earbuds. I need 2 pairs because one is for my laptop and one is for my phone. And they have a different, I don't know what this is called, but like a different end. And then these are just little water bottles that the hotel gave me, but I don't use them. And this is the couch. The couch, which has a couple pillows. I also have another big pillow down here because I don't need so many pillows on the couch. This is a remote for the air conditioning. It's always on when I sleep. Sometimes during the day, I just open the windows and whatever, but if I need to work and it's really hot, I'll put on the air conditioning. We call this the air conditioner or the air conditioning. We use both air conditioner, air conditioning, my phone, charging right next to the bed, easy access. And I have an amazing view here. Not really, but it's just another city view. Here's some solar panels right there. That's cool. A lot of solar panels. And these windows, they open. So during the day, a lot of times I just open the windows like that. Or if I want to keep the air conditioning inside, if I want to keep it cool, then I won't open the window. You can pull on this string and the shade comes down like this. But these ones over here, we would probably call it a curtain. You pull it across like this. So stuff like this, we say it's a curtain. If you pull it sideways, it's a curtain. If you pull on a chain and pull it down, we would probably say it's a shade. But it doesn't really matter if you don't use those correctly. It's okay. We understand what you mean, but those are the different names that we would use. Here I have a little notebook and a pen. Sometimes I write down ideas for videos. And this is the TV remote for the TV, which I do not use at all. I have never turned this on and I don't plan on it. I don't really like TV. And if I want to watch a movie, I will just watch on my laptop. I have my laptop charger down there. This is a lamp that I have never used, but it could be nice. Cute little desk lamp. And then this is my laptop case and just a little cloth to clean the screen or maybe the screen of camera or the phone or whatever. Yeah, everything else I showed in my kitchen video. So check that out if you haven't seen it. So I think that's it. That's my apartment. If you like this video, please give me a like and subscribe if you're not already subscribed. And tell me in the comments what else you would like to see in a video. What would you like me to talk about or do? And with that being said, I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.